Hi, this is Fiona, and this is my internship presentation. So Harley was actually founded by Derek in 2014 with actually the name WAP, which means working on beanbags. And the name aims to reflect the company's goal to help people discover and get jobs with great company culture. And the thing that makes Highly unique from other job portal platforms like JobStreet, Malkerja is the fact that companies are given the platform to really showcase the company profile and make their culture and values known. So job seekers do not apply blindly to the jobs. And in July, Warp actually rebranded to Highly, and the change came from the goal of Highly to want to seem more mature, because previously Warp with the funky name gave the impression that the company only had fresh and very junior level positions. But yeah, the move to Highly means they're moving to a more mature audience. And also in Highly, there is a sister company, headhunting company called Highly X, where recruitment happens for clients who want tailored and more urgent and have more immediate vacancies that needs filling. Okay, now on to my responsibilities. Basically, as a sales intern, my responsibility is business development, where I maintain relationship with clients, and also cold call clients and getting them on board to use Highly, basically to close sales. Usually the medium that I will use is phone calls and virtual platforms like Google Meet. And I also am responsible to source for leads and build a pipeline. So basically what this is I have to go on JobStreet and LinkedIn and all to source for companies that are hiring at the moment, and then get their contact number and call them and build a relationship with them, or the best case scenario, get them to buy with us and use Highly. And I have a KPI to achieve. My daily productivity KPI is 40 calls, and my KPI for sales is 5,000 ringgit for throughout my internship career, and I believe I can definitely reach that. I have 500 ringgit to go. So yeah, and this is my team on the screen right now. I am part of this team. They are very encouraging. I'm very proud to be part of the team, and yeah. The most evident application for my psychology degree is definitely priming. In psychology, priming can be explained as the introduction of one stimulus to a subsequent stimulus. So in sales, the way my product is introduced to a client is extremely important, and priming usually happens on the first few minutes of the first phone call that I have with a client. So I need to be very conscious when I use words like us and we, so clients feel the rapport between me and them and feel like I'm in the boat together with them and helping them solve their problems. And words like buy and contract tend to have a very bad reputation, because it is associated with spending money and binding of freedom and commitment, because these are things that is already primed in the HR manager's head. So I tend to not use them when I'm pitching to my clients, and I also pay extra attention to make sure my pitch stays at the forefront of their mind by doing constant checkups on them and follow-ups on them at least once every single week. And this really increased my chance of winning sales, and also I did win sales from this method. So it is definitely helpful. And the second concept that I find very useful during my internship that I learned from psychology is actually the psychology of scarcity. The psychology of scarcity proposes that an item is seen as more valuable when it is scarce, and an item that is in abundance is usually seen as of less value. And there are usually two principles that drive the psychology of scarcity: social proof and commitment. Social proof of the merits of the product that I am selling means that when I can showcase that a lot of companies have actually used my products, and reputable companies have used my product and have gotten results. When I show them this, I show them the inventory of these companies. It makes my clients more likely to want to purchase, because the product will often be perceived as desirable and precious as everyone else, especially the bigger companies are already using it. And yeah, and secondly, commitment. I think commitment really drives the concept of scarcity, because uh, when I am selling to my client, um, and I give them special promotion, and tell them that the promotion will only be available for the first 100 clients, for example, my clients tend to be more receptive and I can actually lock in deals a lot faster, and because it makes them think that, oh, like I need to be part of the 100 people that get the bundle, so it makes them lock in the deal a lot faster. And lastly, the thing that I learned that I apply from my psychology degree is definitely the growth mindset. During my experiential learning class with Miss Jane, my group was actually given the topic of growth mindset to present as my last project for the course. And I realized that putting myself in a growth mindset means that I will take on challenges I have and the failures that I experience and the rejections given to me by my clients, and understand them as more like an opportunities and stepping stone to be better, to be a lot closer to my actual goals. And having this mindset actually encouraged me to listen to rejection as constructive criticisms and learning feedbacks rather than personal attacks. And this made me a lot more receptive to my actual goals, to a lot more receptive to criticism, and a lot more resilient as well. Onto my strengths and weaknesses. My strength is definitely my ability to self-motivate. I realized, from this internship that I am extremely capable of self-motivation, and I have a KPI to reach throughout my internship, and I managed to keep myself motivated by reminding myself of my goal to want to improve myself every day and putting 100% 110% effort, of course with the help of the 10% commission given to me for every sales, because monetary returns did give me the push. I think that I in this position I have both extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, and I have enough stimulation, and my own fear of failure and not being able to reach KPI actually really pushed me to self-motivate. Yeah, and I told myself every single day to push calls and have Google Meet with clients despite me being a person that is very introverted. I learned that being able to self-motivate is important, not only in my professional in the professional setting, but also in terms of personal growth as well and personal goals, because no one can help me get out of a rut if I don't do it by myself, if I don't want to help myself. So I really need to self-motivate. And my second strength is definitely my ability to self-soothe. I find that in times of great stress, especially being part of a sales team, a very highly stressful environment, I am able to self-soothe with proper methods, although I need a few days to properly navigate through my environment and adapt with it. And when I first started, the first few days was very horrifying to me because I'm nervous and worried, and I would worry that I would not be able to close sales. And because I am also a very highly neurotic person in terms of my the big five personality. I'm very high in neuroticism, so yeah, it makes me feel extremely worried and inadequate and worthless the first few days I joined, because the role plays didn't go as well as I wanted them to. But after the first few weeks, however, I managed to adjust, and I find myself able to manage my emotions and mood and make a proper schedule for myself in accordance with my calls and Google Meets. And what I technically come up with is I come up with 4 sessions of power calls, which is which is a session where I call clients non-stop to keep my momentum going. I'll have 2 sessions in the morning, 2 sessions in the afternoon, with an hour each session throughout the day, and that really helped me keep my productivity and stay in the best condition, in stable mood throughout the day. I'm very proud of the way I handle my emotions and to not relying on the existing, toxic defense mechanism that I have with myself, like chain smoking to want to calm myself down, or being reactive instead of responsive. This really helped me create a routine which I will really continue to use throughout the rest of my career and also in my personal life as well. And as for my weakness, I identified one, and I realized that I am extremely prone to excessive negative self-talk. And I'm a very insecure person, and I have a lot of I pay attention to my self-talk, and I realized that I have a lot of repetitions of words like "you are such a failure," like "Fiona, you're so stupid," and your colleague will notice how stupid you are. You're not deserving of the patience of your mentors and all that. And this negative self-talk and insecurity gave me a lot of resistance when it comes to calling clients, because I want everything to be so perfect, and I was so afraid of making mistakes. I think that me realizing and paying attention to the fact that I am an excessively negative self-talker that actually is the first step to me overcoming this weakness. But I'm also very aware from this internship experience that even when I have negative self-talk, I can still work my way around it, if not through it, as long as I can reach out for advice and work on questioning the negative self-talk that I'm having, by questioning them as in like, is it logical and is it truth? Yeah, and that's all from me. Thank you.